Welcome to Liberty Doll's continued coverage of all the bullshittiest of bullshit in Virginia. Things are moving faster than I can keep up with at this point, so I'm going to try and pack as much info into as short a video as possible here and give you guys the basics. So for full details on all of this, make sure to check out tonight's live stream at 7 p.m. Eastern. Quick disclaimer before we get into the content. Anything, and I mean anything, talking about Virginia these days automatically gets flagged now on YouTube. So if you want to help get the info out, please give a like and share, as we clearly have to rely on grassroots efforts here. I'm also not getting any ad revenue on these videos, and YouTube hasn't been approving them until after the news isn't news. So if you want to help keep the channel lights on, there's always Patreon and Subscribestar. You can also help out by checking out any of my partners in the description. Right now, My Patriot Supply is offering 40% off of their 2- and 4-week emergency food supplies when you use my link, preparewithliberty.com. We've also got Cabela's and Palmetto State Armory down there too. All you have to do is click my links and do your regular shopping. I am short on time and over-caffeinated, so let's do this. Major bullet points since the last video. First, in probably the weirdest alliance I have ever seen, the Richmond chapters of Antifa have supposedly announced that they will be attending Lobby Day with gun owners and in support of the VCDL rally. According to a new piece over at Vice, Antifa 7 Hills also oppose the new gun laws, saying that they strengthen government power too much and are a direct attack on the poor and people of color. Which, yeah, historically gun control is pretty racist. It's entirely possible that they're lying, but the entire premise of the article is how, at that particular chapter, they feel that they have more in common with working-class white Virginians, so I guess we'll see. Either way, government, you know you done f***ed up when Antifa and gun owners are rallying together. Also in this article is a quick line about the FBI arresting neo-Nazis that were planning to attend. I had to hunt down for other info on this, but apparently one of the people involved is Canadian, so the group is getting federal gun charges and alien harboring charges. They apparently call themselves The Base, which is A, the English translation of Al-Qaeda, and B, not an easy thing to Google, as it's also apparently the name of a nonprofit here in Massachusetts. But according to the ADL, the base's founder describes the group both as kind of like a nationalist, survivalist, LinkedIn type of thing, claiming they're only terrorists if they lose, but then at other times, it tries to backpedal and say they're only shitposting. Questions of ADL accuracy aside, dude's tweets are a bad look, and all of the arrested guys have a bad case of crazy eyes. Along with the state of emergency Northam declared for this weekend, he also decided to erect huge fences everywhere to pen people in, which I feel like is probably the last thing you would want to do if you're expecting a giant rally that might turn to violence, because then you have a giant mass of people predicted to reach anywhere from 10,000 to 100,000 trapped in a very small space with few exits. Not to mention the entire irony of trying to tell people they can exercise their freedoms while standing in a cage. But then again, that's basically government's entire message. You can have your rights, but rules and restrictions always apply. I've also been told there are going to be metal detectors at all entrances and exits, which means getting in and out really is going to take forever. WTOP also released an extended list of banned items besides the previously mentioned guns, helmets, and shields. It includes things like pepper spray, glass bottles, fireworks, baseballs, and sticks. There have been some questions about the legitimacy of the emergency gun ban included in his emergency executive order, as Virginia law forbids using a state of emergency to ban guns, unless the area in question is declared as a shelter. So now the Capitol grounds are apparently a giant open-air shelter. Yeah. VCDL and GOA filed an injunction against the ban, which the courts denied. The decision came after the aforementioned arrest, and Northam cited said arrest as proof that Lobby Day will be violent, and thus the emergency ban is needed. So thank you, neo-Nazis, for ruining it for the rest of us. Both GOA and VCDL have filed an emergency petition with the state Supreme Court. But time is ticking. Meanwhile, while all of this was happening, on Thursday the state Senate quietly held a full vote on the 4 bills that had passed committee on Monday. I didn't even hear a single whisper on this until after it happened, and I'm getting multiple emails a day from VCDL and several other people to stay up to date. So that's pretty shady. The 1 gun a month limit, the bill that would give cities and towns the ability to ban guns wherever they please, and the universal background check bills all passed. Only the red flag law got delayed. A new map out of sanctuary counties shows pretty much an entirely pro-2A state, and West Virginia has also passed a resolution to allow Virginia's pro-gun Frederick County into the fold. I've seen some reports that they would accept any pro-gun Virginia county that wishes to secede, but I believe it's only Frederick County, and it's based on historical context from when the 2 states split. But like everything else, easier said than done. And finally, I'd like to urge anyone going to Lobby Day to please stay safe and record as much of the day as you can. Bring a GoPro or buy a power bank off of Amazon, whatever you need to do, because as much as this is supposed to be a peaceful day to talk to lawmakers, the Democrats don't seem to want it that way, and neither does the media. Frankly, I am getting really worried about this situation. We can't do anything to keep them honest, but if you record or stream the day, we can at least tell our side of the story. That's today's update. Again, for full details on all of this, make sure to check out the live stream and any future videos. As always, and more than ever, please stay safe and happy shooting.